down, see my wrist down. Everybody wanna me for benefits now, man. I wish my.
What is good, everybody? My name's the Coaster King, and today I'm going to go over the top 10 roller coasters coming to America in 2020. There's definitely a lot of good roller coasters coming out, a lot of excitement in the industry, so I definitely want to go over some of the best rides that are coming out. Starting off with number 10 is kind of just a filler ride. It's Sidewinder Safari. This is a clone of Raging Cajun at Six Flags America. I've been on that ride, and it's just an okay ride. It's a good family edition for the park. Nothing too special, but once again, just another ride to throw in there. One thing to say is that hopefully this thing opens. It's been rumored to not be opening in 2020, but we should see, and that should be interesting. At number 9, I have the Aquaman Power Splash coming to Six Flags Over Texas. This ride seems interesting. Obviously, Texas is really hot, and this definitely is going to be a good ride to cool off with the water. It goes up 148 feet tall, which is pretty good, and does seem a little exciting. Definitely a little shorter of a ride, but that's okay because the lines are going to get long for it in the Texas heat. Personally, the old Aquaman that was there, it was always had a long lines, and from my personal experience, it was definitely an okay ride. I think this is going to be a good replacement for it and should attract not only enthusiasts but GP as well. Coming in at number 8, I'm gonna have Icebreaker coming to SeaWorld Orlando. I think this ride looks definitely like an interesting ride. It looks a little shorter and a little more tame of a ride. It's 93 feet tall on that spike and has a 100-degree angle on the drop. It's technically considered the steepest beyond vertical drop in Florida. Overall, this ride looks to be a little interesting. It has 4 launches. Definitely not a ride that you're gonna make a whole trip to go on, but just not a good addition to the park in my opinion. And overall, it's just a decent ride. That's why it's sitting here at number 8 rather than higher on the list. At number 7, I'm going to put Texas Stingray. And I know a lot of people are really excited about this ride, but for me, I just don't think the stats are that impressive. It goes up 96 feet, 55 miles per hour, and a 57-degree first drop. This one roller coaster looks to be definitely interesting. Has 16 airtime hills. I like the airtime on this one roller coaster, and I think it has a lot of potential. But I'm gonna put it down here at number 7, just because there's so many other rides that are coming that seem just to be insane, absolutely ridiculous, and it's hard to really rank them. But this ride is definitely going to be a fun ride and a great addition to the park. Coming in at number 6, I have the Emperor. I'm personally a really big fan of dive coasters, so this definitely makes me happy. It's at SeaWorld San Diego. It drops you 153 feet, reaching speeds of 60 miles per hour. It's the tallest and fastest dive coaster in California and has a 90-degree drop. So this ride definitely looks interesting. My personal favorite dive coaster is Griffin at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and I feel like this ride is definitely comparable to it and should be a great ride overall. It's honestly making SeaWorld San Diego more of a bucket list park than it was before, so I definitely like that. And I think overall this is one of the best additions in the year. At number 5, I'm going to put Candymonium. This reminds me a lot of Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. I feel like it has a lot of similar layout and similar stats and everything like that. So this ride definitely looks to be pretty good. Um, Mako, I know, is relatively popular among enthusiasts in GP, so Candymonium should follow a similar suit. This ride looks to be a very fun ride. We know what we're getting there. We're kind of getting a Mako kind of ride, and one of the best additions that Hershey could have made. I understand now they're gonna have 2 hyper coasters with Sky Rush and not Candymonium, but still, this definitely serves a different purpose with more of a floater airtime type of ride, and overall looks to be a great ride. I don't have too many complaints about it. Number 4, I have the Giga Coaster coming to Kings Island in Orion. It has a 300-foot tall drop. I know some enthusiasts are gonna say, "Oh, it's not a Giga," but I'm going to consider it a Giga. It has a 300-foot tall drop, reaching speeds of 91 miles an hour. And honestly, if I looked at it, it was just a bigger Candymonium. It reminded me of Leviathan at Canada's Wonderland, and I think it's going to be another great addition to Kings Island. It should be a great ride. It should have great airtime moments, as well as the good intensity with the speed factor. Just overall, one of the better rides this year. Definitely going to make my way out to Kings Island to go on it, and I definitely look forward to the ride. At number 3, getting to our top 3, we have Pantheon coming to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. This reaches a height of 180 feet, has speeds of 73 miles per hour with a 95-degree vertical drop. This ride looks to be a great fit for the park. I felt like it didn't have that thrilling launch coaster that enthusiasts would want to go on. It had the Tempesta, which was decent, and Verbolten, which was more of a family coaster. I feel like it was missing that crazy launch coaster, and this fits perfectly into that mold. It's absolutely wild. It looks to be an amazing ride. I just can't. I have no complaints about this ride whatsoever. I definitely want to make my way down there to go on it. I think it's going to be one of the best rides this year, as well as the best rides in this decade. I think it's going to be an awesome ride, and a lot of parks are going to follow suit with a similar type of ride. Number 2, I have the Jersey Devil coaster. RMC does great things with these Raptor coasters, as well as their hybrid coasters, so I definitely expect a lot from this ride. It has a 130-foot drop, 58 miles an hour with 3 inversions, and although from those stats is not too impressive, the ride does look absolutely insane. It looks like it's going to be a great number 3 to the Nitro and El Toro at the park. I think that it's going to have a lot of good airtime, which is going to fit very well, both ejector and floater. The zero G rolls and the inversions look to be nice for airtime and floater time and hang time. So I just have no complaints with this ride either. Another one of those ones where you're going to make it your way down to Six Flags Great Adventure to go on this ride. Looks to be overall an amazing roller coaster. Number 1, absolutely no surprises, is Iron Gwazi. It's 206 feet tall, reaches speeds of 76 miles an hour, has 12 airtime moments, and 3 inversions. I think that this is going to be the best roller coaster in the world when it opens. People love Steel Vengeance, and this kind of draws a lot of similarities to it. So I think Iron Gwazi is definitely going to be up there for the best roller coaster in the world, right there next to Steel Vengeance. RMC always does great with these hybrid conversions, and this is just going to be another one that's awesome. Iron Gwazi has been hyped up forever in the industry, so it definitely has a lot of hype surrounding it and should be a great ride. I'm sure everybody and their mother is going to be making their way down to Busch Gardens to go on this ride because it's just going to be so popular. Overall, I think this is the perfect addition for the park and the best addition in the 2020 year. So I guess that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know some video ideas in the comment section below.
I'ma skip town, see my wrist drown. Everybody wanna me for benefits now, man. I wish my